Hi, good morning to one and all. Myself, A. Ramanjnelu. Today I am going to explain how to draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams for overhang beams subjected to UDL loads. In previous session, we discussed about when a overhang beam subjected to point loads. Okay. Now in this session, I am going to explain how to draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams for overhang beams subjected to UDL load. Here, the problem given that draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams for overhang beams carrying a UDL of 2 kN per meter over the entire length of the beam as shown figure, and we need to locate point of contraflexor. Okay. Already we know that point of contraflexor, it is the point occur where the bending moment sign changes from negative to positive or positive to negative. It will touches the baseline. That means the bending moment at point is 0. That point is known as point of contraflexor. Okay. Here it is the given beam. First we need to convert this beam into UDL load into point load. Okay. Now here total A for overhang beams, they given in this beam, they given only right hand side as overhang beam, left side A and B. A and B are having supports at point C. It is C is the end point of the beam. Okay, so that we need to draw the shear force bending moment values at point A, B and C. Here I am dividing this UDL load into two cases, from A to B one UDL and B to C as one UDL. Okay. For that, first I am drawing beam. In this, I am going to convert the UDL load into point load. Okay. UDL load into point load. It is the beam, overhang beam, having supports A, B and C. From A to B having UDL load, okay, with 2 kN per meter as UDL load. Okay. Next, here A to B, the distance from A to B is 4, so that when we are converted this UDL load into point load, it will act midpoint of length. Here the from A to B is 4, so that it will act at midpoint of AB, that is 2 into 4, that equals to 8 kilonewtons. 8 kilonewtons, it is the converted load from UDL. Similar way, from B to C, applying 2 kilonewton per meter, from B to C having distance 2 meters, so that it will act midpoint of AB, that is 2 into 2, that equals to 4 kilonewtons. It is the converted load. It will act midpoint of AB. Now I am giving the dimensions for each and every point. Okay. From A to B is 4. It is acting, the load is acting at midpoint of AB, so that this distance is 2 meters and this distance is 2 meters, and from B to C having distance, total distance is 2. Here the load is acting at midpoint of BC, so that from B to this load is distance is 1 meter, from this load to this point C is 1 meter. Total 2 plus 2 4 5 6, the total length of the beam is 6 meters. Okay. Now we converted UDL load into point loads. So we need to calculate shear force at point A, next B, next C. At these 3 points we need to calculate shear force and bending moment values. Before finding the shear force values, we need to calculate reaction forces. Okay, reaction forces are occur at supports of the overhang beam. For that calculation, we need to Now one condition, that is RA plus RB is equals to total load on the beam. Here total load acting on the beam is 8 plus 4, that is 12 kilonewtons. Total load on the beam is 12 kilonewtons. Now consider this equation as 1, taking moments about A and equate to 0. Okay, so that right side of A having 2 point loads and 1 reaction force, that is RB. Okay, so that first RB is acting anti-clockwise, so that RB into distance from RB to A is 4. Next, the point load is acting in between midpoint of B and C, that is 4 kilonewtons. 4 kilonewtons is acting clockwise, so that it is taken as negative, that is minus 4 into distance from this load to this point is 2 plus 2 plus 1, total 5. Next, one more converter load is acting in between B and A and B, that is 8 kilonewtons. Distance from this load to this point is 2, that equals to 0. So that finally from this equation RB is equals to 20 plus 16 by 4, that equals to 36 by 4, 4 ones, 4 nines. Finally RB is equals to 9 kilonewtons. It is the value of RB. Substitute RB value in equation 1, we will get the value of RA, that is RA plus RB is equals to 12 kilonewtons. Therefore RA is equals to 12 minus 9. Finally RA is equals to 3 kilonewtons. It is the value of reaction forces RA and RB. Okay, now we calculated RA value, that is 3 kilonewtons, and RB is 9 kilonewtons. The total load is 9 plus 3, 12. Okay, next we need to calculate shear force values for the beam. Now I am calculating shear force. Okay, shear force at point C. At point C there is no load, so that no need to calculate before and after load. So that shear force at point C is equals to 0. Similarly, shear force at point B. Next point is B. At point B acting reaction force, so that we need to calculate before and after load. Shear force at point B before load. Before load means we did not consider the reaction force, so that right side of point B having 1 point load, that is converter load, is acting downward, so that it is positive, that is 4 kilonewtons. Okay, next similarly shear force at point B after load. After load means we need to consider this reaction force also, that is 4. The reaction force is acting upward, so that it is minus 9, that equals to minus 5 kilonewtons. Next, shear force at point next to point B is A. Shear force at point A. At point A there is acting reaction force, so that we need to calculate before and after load. Before load is we need to add the right side of point A. Total acting 3 loads, that is 2 applied loads and 1 reaction force, so that 4 minus 9 plus 8, that equals to 3 kilonewtons at point A before load. Similarly, shear force at point A after considering the reaction forces, that is 4 minus 9 plus 8 plus 3, that equals to minus 3, because reaction force is acting upwards, so that 8 plus 4, 12 minus 12, that equals to 0 at point A. Okay, by using these values we need to draw the shear force diagram for the beam. For that, first we need to draw the baseline for the beam. It is the baseline. Next, give the points A, B, C. At point C, the shear force value is 0. shear force at point B before load is 4 kilonewtons. Next shear force at point B after load minus 5. Minus 5 means we have to locate the below the baseline, that is minus 5. Next shear force at point A before load is 3 kilonewtons. Next shear force at point A after load is 0. Next draw the variation of shear force. Okay, it is the shear force diagram. Here from B to C the shear force is positive, and from B to A the shear force will changes from negative to positive. At this point the shear force is 0. I am taking this point as X. Okay, I am taking this point as X. At this point the shear force is 0. We need to calculate the distance from shear force at point to nearer point. Nearer point is A. I am taking from this point to this point, distance is Y. Okay. At this point the shear force value is 4. At this point the shear force value is 5. At this point the shear force value is 3. Okay, like this we need to draw the variation of shear force along the length of the given beam based on the given loads. It is the baseline and it is the straight line. It is the shear force diagram. Okay, now we need to calculate the Y. It is the where the shear force is 0. From this the shear force at point X is equals to 0. I am calculating this point from left side. Left side is acting 1, approximately this point will comes here. Okay, right side of this point having, left side of this point having 2 loads, that is one UDL and one reaction force, that is RA and UDL. Okay, so that RA is acting upwards. Here the sign conventions will opposite to the right side, so that RA is acting upwards, so that it is positive, that is 3. RA is 3 kilonewtons minus, that is UDL acting downwards, that is the UDL from this point to this point is acting 2 kilonewtons, is acting at a distance of Y, that equals to 0. So that 2Y is equals to 3. Y is equals to 3 by 2, that is 1.5 meters from point A. Y equals to 1.5 meters. Okay, at this point the bending moment value is maximum. Okay, now we need to calculate bending moment value. Bending moment values at point CBA. Okay, first we need to calculate bending moment at point C. At point C the bending moment is 0 because there is no load at point C. Next, bending moment at point B. Right side of point B acting one converter load, that is 4 kilonewtons, acting clockwise. Clockwise means negative, minus 4 into distance from this point to this point B is 1, that equals to minus 4 kilonewton meter. It is the value of bending moment at point B. Next, we need to calculate bending moment at point A. Bending moment at point A, that is right side of point A having total 3 loads, 2 apply loads and 1 reaction force. We need to calculate one by one. First, the converter load 4 kilonewtons is acting clockwise, so that it is negative. From this point to this point distance is 5, so that minus 4 into 5, distance from point O to A is 5. The next is reaction force. Reaction force is acting clockwise. Okay, distance from this point to this point is 4. that is plus 9 into 4. Next, the converter load is acting at midpoint of 2 meters from point A, that is 8 kilonewtons, is acting clockwise, that is minus 8 into 2. Okay, that equals to minus 20 plus 36 minus 16, that equals to 0. Bending moment at point A is 0. Next, we need to calculate bending moment at maximum, that is bending moment at point X. Bending moment at point X is equals to, from I am calculating from left side. Here left side is opposite to the right side sign conventions. So that here right side, left side acting one reaction force and some UDL. Okay. Reaction force and some UDL. Reaction force is acting clockwise, so that it is taken as positive, that is 3 into distance from this point to this point is y. Here y is 1.5 meters, that is 3 into 1.5. Next, the load is acting, that is 2 kilonewtons meter. It is acting anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise is negative in left side, that is 2 into 1.5, and this load is acting at a distance of A to X, midpoint of A to X, so that it is taken as 1.5 by 2. Okay, that equals to 4.5 minus 1.5 square, that equals to 4.5 minus 1.5 square, that equals to 2.25. The value of bending moment at X, that is 2.25 kilonewton meter. It is the maximum, M max, that equals to 2.25 kilonewton. Next, bending moment at point A is 0. Bending moment at point B is minus 4 kilonewton meter. Okay, it is the values of bending moment. By using these values, we need to draw the bending moment. Okay, first draw the baseline. And give the notations A, B, C. Bending moment at point C is 0. Next, bending moment at point B is minus 4. Minus 4 means we need to draw the below the baseline. It is minus 4. Next, bending moment at point A is 0. Bending moment at point at X, that is, it is the maximum bending moment at this point. The maximum bending moment is 2.25. Okay. Next, draw the curve. The variation of the curve is represented by using parabolic curve. Okay, it is the parabolic curve, and this one is parabolic curve. Okay, because from entire length of the beam is acting UDL. For UDL beam, the shear force diagram is straight line and bending moment diagram is parabolic curve. I already informed in first previous class. Okay, here the bending moment at this point B is 4 kilonewton meter. At this point, the bending moment, that is 2.25. Okay, at this point in between A and B is the maximum bending moment value. Okay, it is positive and it is negative. Here the bending moment is changed the sign from negative to positive at one point. That point is known as point of contraflexus. It is denoting with notation O1. We need to calculate distance from, we have to look at the distance from O1 to left and A. Okay, I am taking this distance as Z. So that bending moment at point Z is equals to 0. or bending moment at point O1 is equals to 0. It can be written as like this. We need to calculate bending moment at point this, so that I am taking the bending moment values from left side. So left side having total, this point approximately come here. Okay, right side of this point having one reaction force, that is RA, and some UDL with acting on distance Z here, so that it can be written as the reaction force is acting clockwise, so that it is taken as positive. Okay, that is RA is 3 into Z. Next, the UDL is acting anti-clockwise direction, so that it is taken as negative minus of 2. It is acting at a distance of Z, that is from A to O1 is Z. It is acting midpoint of A to O1, that is Z by 2. Z by 2, that equals to 0. So that 3Z minus 2 by 2 cancel, that is Z square is equals to 0. So that I am taking 3 as common, 3Z or Z as common, 3 minus Z is equals to 0, Z not equals to 0, so that 3 minus Z is equals to 0, so that Z is equals to 3, that is Z equals to 3, that is from point A, that equals to 3 meters from point A. Okay, like this we need to calculate the shear force bending moment values. By using that values, we need to draw the value, the shear force and bending moment diagrams. Okay, it is a given problem. First, we converted the UDL load into point load. Next, we calculated reaction force RA and RB. Next, I calculated the shear force values. Next, by using the shear force values, I drawn the shear force diagram. Next, I calculated bending moment values. By using that values, I drawn the bending moment diagram. Here, in bending moment diagram, the bending moment changes sign from negative to positive. At one point, the bending moment is 0. That point is known as point of contraflexor. It is located at a distance of 3 meters from left end A. Okay. Thanks for watching.